ある海賊について話が。
The Elbaf arc of One Piece continues to blow away fans with incredible chapters week after week, and it is safe to say that this series is only getting better as it goes forward. One of the most exciting elements of the Elbaf arc has been the involvement of two powerful villains, both of whom belong to the ranks of the Holy Knights. The Holy Knights are by far some of the most important characters in One Piece's final saga right now, and much of that is down to the fact that they are representatives of the world government who are tasked with their defense, handling the judicial matters, as well as passing judgment on just about anyone in the world, which includes other celestial dragons. One of the most important members of the Holy Knights that Oda has introduced over the years is Figarland Shamrock. Making his debut in One Piece chapter 1138, Shamrock has already intrigued a ton of fans, as it is only a matter of time before Oda shows everyone what he is truly all about. Figarland Shamrock and Shanks are connected to each other. Oda had hinted the involvement of Figarland Shamrock quite early into the Elbaf arc. Immediately after the arc started its exploratory phase, Oda had already conceived the ideas of getting the Holy Knights involved here. In the Jump Festa 2025 stage, Oda gave the fans a glimpse of what One Piece had in store for them, and here's what he said. As for the manga, we finally arrived in Elbaf. It is a laid-back kingdom, but the serenity is about to be shattered by the arrival of a particular man. Meanwhile, there will be a tumult in other seas as well. And at last, the one guy will begin shaking up the world. Take a deep breath now, because soon you may not be able to come up for air. Please look forward to a super year of One Piece in 2025. As is clear from his word, Oda has already planned to make Figarland Shamrock the most important villains of the Elbaf arc in One Piece, and it is only a matter of time before fans find out more details about him. That said, Oda has already started revealing massive pieces of information pertaining to this individual, and given that he's connected to Shanks, a lot is known about him already. The first appearance of Figarland Shamrock in One Piece was in the Reverie arc, specifically chapter 907 of the story. Back then, Shamrock spoke to the Gorosei, wanting to tell them about a certain pirate. It wasn't clear who this pirate was at the time, and it will be interesting to see what exactly the plot will end up being about. At the time, however, everyone assumed that this person was none other than Shanks himself. Finally, One Piece chapter 1137 clarified all doubts that fans had in their mind, and explained to the readers that Shanks actually had an evil twin named Shamrock. Shanks and Shamrock are obviously both of Celestial Dragon lineage, although Shanks was raised by none other than the Roger Pirates. Shamrock, who appears to be the older sibling, was raised by none other than his father, Saint Figarland Garlic, the supreme commander of the Holy Knights and a very mighty individual. While Shanks basked in the glorious freedom of the seas, Shamrock grew up upholding the duty and power of the Celestial Dragon. This eventually led him to attain a very high position among the world nobles, and currently he is one of the Holy Knights, specifically their commanders. As far as Shanks goes, it is unknown if the two have ever met and fought, but given that they are siblings, it is highly likely that they will go on to cross paths at some point later down the line. Shamrock as the commander of the Holy Knights. As was made clear by Oda in One Piece chapter 1137, Figarland Shamrock is the commander of the Holy Knights. This might be confusing to some fans, especially given that Figarland Garlic was said to hold a slightly similar position, but it appears that the two are fundamentally different. Figarland Shamrock is the commander of the Holy Knights, meaning he can control them as he wants, and within the ranks he holds the highest authority and strength. Figarland Garlic is the supreme commander of the Holy Knights, meaning that his authority supersedes that of Shamrock, and he controls what they do, what they are deployed, and what their mission is, and more things along those lines. But it must be remembered that Saint Figarland Garlic was recently promoted to the Five Elders, meaning the position of the Supreme Commander of the Holy Knights might now have been completely given up by him. Either the whole position was removed, or Shamrock now holds it. Although Shamrock prefers to solve things with a low-key approach, he isn't afraid to show his strength, and is most certainly is one to be feared. The strength of Figarland Shamrock. Regardless of a Figarlands, fans know that Shamrock is incredibly powerful. It is highly likely that Figarland Shamrock is the haki of the highest order and a powerful saber to channel this power. This shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone, especially knowing that Oda has already confirmed that a Figarland garlic to be very overpowered, and fans already know how strong Shanks is. Following along the same lines, Figarland Shamrock is going to be a monstrously powerful individual as well, especially given that he is Shanks' older brother, so a standard needs to be maintained here. It shouldn't come as a surprise to know that Figarland Shamrock has all three types of haki, with advanced form of powers such as Supreme King Haki. Figarland Shamrock's Devil Fruit ability. It is also likely that Shamrock has a Devil Fruit ability. The vast majority of the Celestial Dragon fighters have access to the Devil Fruit powers. The 5 Elders all have yokai abilities, and it shouldn't be a surprise to the fans if Shamrock has one as well. Although this ability has not been confirmed yet, either he or his sword could be a Devil Fruit user, and fans would absolutely relish seeing his powers in combat. Overall, Figarland Shamrock is a young tier fighter who shouldn't be any weaker than Luffy, and certainly someone capable of taking Elbaf by force, just as he promised recently in the story.